Welcome in to Believe in Nebraska. I'm Kaleb Henry. Let's hop into Huskers today for November 7th, 2024, powered by Husker Max. Nebraska volleyball begins its Pacific Northwest swing tonight at number 12 Oregon. First serve set for 9 p.m. Central. Huskers are 4-3 all-time against the Ducks, but this is the first time the two teams will meet in Eugene. Oregon won the last matchup against Nebraska, beating the Big Red in 5 sets in the regional semifinal in Louisville a couple of years ago. And NU coach John Cook vividly remembers how then freshman Mimi Colyer played with 26 kills in the match.
I got Mimi. She's a heck of a player. So we played him, was it 2 years ago? We played him in Louisville. So Mimi lit us up.
A former Nebraska softball coach has passed away after a battle with cancer. Mark Watt served as a volunteer coach at NU after a 25-year coaching career at the high school level. Between Lincoln Southeast and Lincoln Southwest, Watt's teams earned 579 wins and 4 Class A state championships. Nebraska head coach Rhonda Revelle on social media today called Watt a, quote, legendary coach, master teacher, incredible mentor and role model, true friend, loyal and loving father and husband, adding, the world is a better place because of you. You are loved deeply by the Red Team. We will carry your spirit with us. Nebraska wrestling opens the 2024-25 season at number 3 in InterMat's rankings for both tournament and dual. Huskers trail fellow Big Ten programs Penn State and Iowa in both. Other Big Ten teams in the top 10 include Ohio State and Michigan for the tournament rankings, and Ohio State and Minnesota for the dual rankings. NU opens the season Friday at home against Utah Valley. Nebraska men's basketball is 1-0 and looking to stay unblemished this Saturday. Coach Fred Hoiberg met with the media this morning after some intense practices and film sessions.
Yeah, there was a lot of good things. There was a lot of things that I liked from that game, and certainly we had a lot of things that we needed to work on, and those were addressed in a very lengthy film session on whatever day we came back on, Wednesday, I guess it was. And the other thing we did is we got a first look at Bethune, who we play this Saturday as well. So we were in there for a very long session, and now the big thing was last couple days was working on the things that we need to address. I did think we competed. I thought we competed very well. You see that team obviously is very talented with a tight game of Creighton last night, and a team that poses a lot of problems with 5 guys out there that can knock down a shot. So going into that one, I talked about this after the game. That was a very tough team to prepare for because they're very disciplined. They shoot a ton of threes, and they can get going like they did in the second half. Even when we got up 15, they made the run on us and made it a game, and then I'm proud of the guys the way they finished. I thought we really executed down the stretch, and a lot of that had to do with stringing together stops. So, now the big thing moving forward here, the challenge on Saturday, it's a very athletic team. It's a team that was 15th in the country in transition a year ago. We have to do a great job getting back and trying to limit easy baskets early in that game so they don't get confident on us. But, it's good to learn from a win. And believe me, everybody that's in our position right now has plenty to learn, especially from these early season games. But, proud of our guys for the way they finished that game for sure.
What were some of the focus points during that film session that you wanted to kind of hammer home?
Yeah, just, we have to continue to do a better job blocking out consistently. And we chart every single one of them in practice. We do block-out drills every day. And I do think our guys have carried that over. We've had a really good week on the glass. And we ended up, I think, out-rebounding that team by 10. But they run a very unique system where they crash everybody. They run to the back and try to get long tip-outs. First half, we talked about it the other night, we give up 15 second chance. That's really what kept them in it. 15 of their 36 were second chance, and then we gave them 0 in the second half, and that's what allowed us to pull away on a couple of different stretches. The other thing is developing a killer mentality and finding a way when you get up 15 to hopefully push that thing up to 25 or 30, not letting it get back down under 5, and that's what happened. So, again, adversity, I thought we handled it pretty well for the most part. That continues to be something that I think we all worry about in this business, is how you're going to handle that, because it's going to hit you every time you step on the floor. But I thought we did a solid job with handling adversity the first time we played.
Nebraska women's basketball announced a time change for an upcoming game today. The Huskers will take on the South Dakota Coyotes November 16th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Game was originally scheduled for 5 o'clock Central, but has been pushed back to 7 due to Nebraska football kicking off against USC that afternoon at 3. Another change to the game comes by way of television, as Nebraska volleyball is on the Big Ten Network at that new time, meaning the women's basketball game expected to shift over to Big Ten Plus. Also today for Nebraska women's basketball, senior Alexis Markowski has been named to the women's top 50 preseason watch list for the Los Angeles Athletic Club John R. Wooden Award. Chosen by a preseason poll of national college basketball experts, the list is made up of 50 student athletes who are early frontrunners for one of the most prestigious honors in college basketball, the Wooden Award, All-America Team, and Most Outstanding Player Award. Markowski joins a dozen other players from the Big Ten Conference on the list. Turning our attention now to some Husker headlines, TJ Burkle asks if apathy is coming for Nebraska fans as he and the Common Fans crew chat with the Omaha World Herald's Evan Bland. Tanner Johnson is curious about what's going wrong at USC under Lincoln Riley, who was one of the hottest names in the sport just a couple years ago. That'll do it for Huskers Today for November 7th, 2024. Don't forget to subscribe to Believe in Nebraska on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to visit huskermax.com for all the latest in Huskers news and subscribe to the Husker Max YouTube page. I'm Kaleb Henry saying GBR as always and believe in Nebraska.